I found that my mic settings are important. Like the mic needs to be on. Um, I was saying I got a plan. We got a new plan today. We are going to, if you're new here, we are going to get into the Gray's currencies. Absolutely. Give me a second. We're just going to, we're going to do it a little differently. I've been working on a presentation for a couple months. If I ever need to do a presentation again, I hope it doesn't take a couple months. But there might have been a little bit of the Pareto principle thrown in there too, you know. I think that's what it's called. Pareto principle? No, I think it's like there's another name for it when you know you have a certain amount of time and you make your work expand to the amount of time you have. It is what it is. Glad you guys are here. Okay. I just got off a positive phone call with an influencer that has more than 30,000 subscribers. And we are arranging a stream with myself and the founder. So I'm excited about that. And it could be soon. I got to withhold information because it's not firmed up yet, but we're moving and we're shaking over here in the Gray's currencies. And I was telling this gentleman, and he seems like a super nice guy, super cool guy. I'm telling him, we don't even need users over here. We want users. We want comrades. That's a terrible term, I think. We want to have new friends over here in the Great. We want to share the blessing of these two protocols there. That's a good way to put it. Okay. One thing, and then I'll tell you what I'm going to do today. Got some stickers. Check out. How about that? They came in my mail yesterday, and I got one. Ooh, spill my water here. I got one on the back of my phone. Put one there. Let you guys look at it close. There. How's that? Not bad, eh? Now there is another material, a different type of sticker that I'm going to get. Somebody gifted me generously gifted me, and I bought some stickers. I couldn't spend all of it on the one site, but the cool thing is I spent half of it, and then in the meantime the sticker got updated from one of the guys in the group, and he sent me a new link to a roll of stickers, and they're different material. I'll be quite honest, this is almost like a papery kind of material, and I want something's going to be durable. Maybe this will be. People have been there one day. I'll know in a few months. Guys, what we're going to do today is, some of you know I've been working on a presentation, and I did a dry run last night with my wife, and she said it went well. And so I'm thankful for that. I have slides for it. And I noticed a few hiccups in the midst of doing it in front of my wife that some I wrote down, made a note, some I need to find them. So what I'm going to do is, I want to find the hiccups by presenting this to you guys. And then B, I want feedback from you guys. Is anybody in here? If somebody can make a comment and let me know that you guys are, I got 38 eyeballs, but if anybody can make a comment, that doesn't mean that, all of you guys can be on Twitter and that's the 38 eyeballs and you guys can't make a comment, but that's okay. Hey, Shaka. Hola. We will just keep rolling. Okay. Is there anything we need to know? Anything we know? I think this is going to take you. Good morning, Mike Go. Hey, Brandon. Styles Design. Sup, bro. Crypto, bro. Yeah, I'll repeat it. We're lining up an interview with another influencer. I don't like that term. There must be another term. I'm an influencer. Everybody's an influencer. Good grief, All right. Let me figure out where to start here. So what we are going to do is go all the way through the presentation. I'm going to share my screen, show you this, guys, the slides. I want your feedback, good and bad. If you hurt my feelings, it'll last for 10 minutes and I will move on with life. It'll be okay. I will be okay. Don't be afraid to give me feedback. Oh, this could be fun. Okay. So this is there's more. There's more, but I will start. There's like I'm going to do a funny introduction. I'm just going to have fun. So I'm going to be funny. Right, just a second. That ready? And let's time this. Starting at 06. Took me like 25 minutes yesterday. So that, and I will have like 40 minutes. So this is good. Share my screen, guys, because this is literally going to be up on the screen during my presentation. And guys, just bear with me as I go through here. I'm going to be making notes as I go. I'll try to make it quick and keep the tempo up, and we'll answer any questions that you guys have at the end. So 30 minutes from now, we will answer questions. Okay. What is man's biggest fear? You guys can't raise your hands, so I will tell you. It's death. What's his second biggest fear? It's speaking in public, like I'm doing right now. I'm going to add a third. It's death while speaking in public. Hope you guys laughed. Raise your hand if you are opposed to me reading most of my presentation. Nobody raise your hand. The TED book said I could. I'm going to introduce you to the index tokens of the Pulse network, pTDC, Pulse, the Grays currency, and UFO. But first, we'll skip that. You guys, I cannot see if you guys are on your phones, and it doesn't matter. I promise you, this won't be a waste of your time. I'm literally going to give you everything I have, and with God as my witness, I'm keeping nothing in my back pocket. All right, now I'm supposed to actually advance my slide. How do I do that on here? Uh-oh, hiccup. Oh, there we go. So this would be showing when I was saying all of that. Now, why am I going to give you everything that I've got? Because the Grays currencies are probably the best opportunities on Pulse Chain and could be the best in all of crypto. The Grays currencies are groundbreaking, renounced, immutable, and deflationary. I'm going to back this up a second. Cryptocurrencies purposefully designed to generate passive income for holders without relying on an inflating token supply. This has never been done before. They deliver the benefits of inflation without the downsides, functioning as powerful income generators. Their innovative mechanics consistently increase both the value of the tokens and the value of the liquidity pools that sustain them, setting a new standard in the crypto space. Imagine holding two tokens that pay you in multiple streams of income while your principal grows relative to the existing supply, generating you even more income. And every token reflected to you has been removed from the market, creating scarcity. And your yield isn't generated by inflation, but from tokens already in circulation. And every token earned as yield is fully backed by value sitting in LP. We're fond of saying that people come to the Grays currencies for the X's, but they stay for the APY. You see, most tokens rely on number go up for holders to take profit. And their only way to take profit is by selling principal. But the Grays currencies are different. You don't need to sell principal to take profit. Instead, you can simply exit through yield, preserving the value of your principal while it continues to increase in value. You can literally earn yield the ways I'll describe to you, sell that yield, be in profit, and own a larger portion of the supply, thereby garnering you even more yield. 1 second. Are you intrigued? Okay. Let's learn about these two tokens that are redefining decentralized finance. But first, we're going to talk about fee-based tokens. I know, taxes and fees sound daunting. But what if I told you that the Grays ecosystem, they're actually your ticket to building wealth. The Grays currencies use fees to directly benefit holders. Think of them as the engine of the system, continuously driving growth and rewarding you for being a part of it. When you invest in pTDC, the impact begins immediately. Every transaction you make burns itself, strengthening liquidity pools and distributing rewards to holders, including yourself. You're not just investing, you're actively building and fueling the system, creating a cycle of growth and value that benefits everyone involved. I'm going to ask the chat, what's one thing we can count on in crypto? Guys, real quick. You got 5 seconds. What's one thing that we can count on in crypto? My wife got the answer. Somebody's typing. I can hear it. I can hear the keyboards. My wife, she surprised me. She's like, oh, I know that. What the one thing that we can bear markets. Yeah, good. Both good answers. Yes, bear markets, volatility. That's the one I was looking for. Good job, Marcus. Volatility is the one thing we can count on. And the Grays currencies leverage volatility into an advantage for users and the ecosystem. By following the natural cycles of the Pulse Chain network, these two tokens create a sustainable, rewarding system where imbalances in paired tokens trigger arbitrage, driving value creation, rewarding users, and strengthening the ecosystem. In fact, 1 second, guys. An estimated 50 to 80% of transaction volume comes from arbitrage, which happens around the clock, building liquidity pools, burning tokens, and rewarding users. I need a new image for this, guys. If anybody knows how to do this, I need some of the tokens updated, at least at a minimum, some of the tokens updated. That's my advertisement. The secret to the Grays currencies' success lies in their meticulously crafted liquidity webs, allowing the Grays currencies to function as an index. Did you catch that? They're an index of the top performing assets on the Pulse Chain network, with a special focus on RH tickers. I want to take a minute to describe to you why it's important that we bonded with these key assets. We're all familiar with Hart's law, which states that tokens bonded in liquidity will move together. I want you to picture the Grays currencies as a rock being tethered by balloons. The balloons are Pulse, PulseX, Hex, Inc., and pDAI. As these balloons inflate and deflate, they thereby raise and lower the Grays currencies. Now let's cover a few distinctions between the two assets. pTDC operates with a 5% fee on all buys, sells, and transfers of tokens. Importantly, none of the fees go to developer wallets. Instead, the fees are allocated to specific functions that support pTDC. And make a note here. And here's how the fees are allocated. 2% to the DAO, 1% to stakers, 1% to holders and stakers. 0.5% burns pTDC. 0.5% is added to the pTDC Pulse LP, and those PLP tokens are sent to the dead address where they're burned forever. And we'll talk about the DAO later in the presentation. Let's review some of the ways you can earn passive income with your pTDC. And I need to make a note here. New slide. Yeah, man. This is going to be fun. Some of the ways you can earn passive income with your pTDC. Reflections. Your pTDC tokens earn what are called reflections, and they're proportional to your share of the supply. You'll see these reflections accumulating in your wallet immediately, kind of like magic, and they'll never stop as long as Pulse Chain is alive. Staking. The second way to earn with pTDC is by staking your tokens, a feature I absolutely love and consider it a no-brainer. Why? Because there are no time constraints. Staked tokens continue to earn reflections. Hold on. And because the yield is liquid, you can compound right back into your principal. You can literally start a stake and end that stake at any time. You can even end as little or as much of a stake as you want. Just be aware that there's a modest 1% fee on the principal when you do end a stake, which is distributed to other stakers. It's worth noting that your staked principal remains in your custody, visible in your wallet, but is not transferable until the end of your stake. Reflections and staking rewards are based on dollar value, not token quantity. So as the value of pTDC fluctuates, the number of reward tokens for each transaction will change, but the dollar value of the tokens you've already earned will grow. That means the stuff you already earned 6 months ago has increased in value. For example, if you earned 1,000 pTDC tokens 6 months ago, I already told my illustration, at an 10% APY, a 100x price increase makes that a 1,000% APY. And if you compounded those tokens, well, that just increases the APY even more. Locking is the third way to earn with pTDC. Let's see. The third way to earn with pTDC is by locking your tokens. And by the way, locked tokens continue to earn both staking rewards and reflection rewards. 1 second. I'm learning that I just need to read what I wrote and then I don't have hiccups. It's important to note that your tokens must be staked before they can be locked. I'm going to put an interim slide before this one. They can be locked from 90 days to 10 years. The 90-day locks, so long as you intend to hold pTDC for that long, is an easy yes for me. Unlike staking, though, you cannot unlock a portion. Locking has a unique advantage. When other lockers early end lock, they incur a 30% penalty and their forfeited tokens are distributed among the remaining lockers. Locking has the potential to become significantly rewarding under the right conditions, and here's why. Unlike reflections and staking rewards that are directly correlated to price, locking rewards are based on your share of penalty tokens from early unlocks, regardless of their price. This makes locking a uniquely compelling long-term strategy with substantial upside potential. Locking also adds a third revenue stream to pTDC, complementing reflections and staking. Now look at this diagram. I got this from lookintoptdc.com, and which is, I got a new cursor thingy here. It's tripping me out. And Kong built in a locking estimator calculator. So here is the total pTDC that is locked. This is a shark position, $200,000 worth of tokens, 300 million pTDC. And this is a dolphin position, $20,000 worth of pTDC, a single dolphin holding 30 million pTDC. This guy unlocks his 300 million pTDC and pays the 30% penalty to all the other lockers. The price at this point is 10 cents. Your earning potential from this lock, as you have 10-year locks, is 100%. That would garner this dolphin $6,600 of that locking reward. And by the way, we are averaging every 1 million tokens locked for 10 years is averaging 900 tokens per month from the unlocks. And here is a 1 million pTDC staked and locked for 1 year experiment that I've done. The initial value is $47. Today's value is $575. So the APY on the yield alone was 57%. So anybody locking 1 million tokens from February 10th, 2024, all the way through to just yesterday, earned 57% APY on the yield only. I think that's a little bit hiccupy right there. I'm going to review that. Doesn't seem to fit. It needs to be fit somewhere else, I think. Let's talk about some locking strategies. Instead of locking one large bag, divide your pTDC into portion. Okay, now I actually need to review this screen. Give me a second, guys. I appreciate you being patient with me. So here are some locking strategies. What you can do is make 10-year locks a locking ladder, and a 90-day lock. And you just break it up into however you want to do it. Why do I throw a 90-day lock in there? Because who knows what's going to happen in 90 days, and you might want to go celebrate with your new earnings or something like that. Okay. And then what you can do is throw your percentages and what you would garner, which I'll show you, into ChatGPT. And in this instance, I would keep 95% of all the pTDC rewards coming to me from unlockers. If that makes sense. I just throw it into ChatGPT and it literally tells me. So locking strategies. Here's something that we need to do a picture. Hold up, guys. You guys are doing great. Here are some other locking strategies. Instead of locking one large bag, divide your pTDC into portions so that if you need to emergency end lock, the penalty will be less than 30%. You can also take advantage of the next locking tier. If you lock even one day into the next higher tier, you will earn rewards from that higher tier. There's no penalty for leaving a lock beyond the set term, and you continue to earn staking rewards and reflections. You guys ready to go into advanced mode? Let's do it. As the Gray's currencies pair with high volume assets, they tap into a robust network of liquidity that thrives on increased trading volume. As demand for its paired tokens rises, the value of the Gray's currencies grows alongside them, driven by the capital flowing through shared liquidity pools. This dynamic creates an environment where both tokens benefit from rising liquidity and trading volumes. This synergistic relationship between the Gray's currencies and high volume assets not only amplifies liquidity and trading activity, but also strengthens the long-term value proposition for holders. At the core of this design are the unique income generation mechanisms that incentivize holding over selling, creating a powerful framework for sustainable growth. By holding on to their tokens, investors increase their share of the total supply, resulting in larger rewards. Increased is a better word. Increased rewards over time. These rewards can be compounded through staking or locking, or they can be sold for profit without impacting the token's price or the market. Since each reward is backed by the liquidity pool, selling rewards doesn't disrupt the chart or overall token value. This allows holders to enjoy both capital appreciation and passive income. Additionally, the deflationary nature of both tokens, along with staking rewards for pTDC and LP rewards for UFO, further incentivizes long-term holding. Arbitrage also plays a significant role in increasing demand. Arbitrage bots take advantage of price differences across the network, interacting with the liquidity pools and paying fees, which are funneled back into the system and users. This continuous flow of fees increases both the liquidity and the demand for the Gray's currencies, creating an environment of sustained growth and long-term value for holders. Now let's take a look at UFO in particular, its fees, and the various ways you can generate passive income with it. All buys, sells, and transfers of UFO incur a 6% fee, 3% to LP providers, 1% to holders, 1% buy and burn UFO, 1% buys and burns pTDC. Now, UFO doesn't have the staking capability that pTDC has, but it does offer investors several ways of earning income. Hold on a second. It's on. This is going to take a little bit. Unique way. Ways of earning income. There's nothing like this. I'm going off script. There's nothing like the pressure of being live to cause the brain to realize, because when I'm by myself and I'm reading this, I don't catch some of this stuff, but because I'm under pressure, I'm seeing things that I should fix. So it does offer itself it does offer investors its own unique way of earning income. You can holding turn reflections, providing liquidity with Pulse, PulseX, Hex, Inc, eHex, or PDI, DEX fees, and farming rewards. And I need to confirm a couple of these. UFO was designed to unite Richard Hart tokens and the Gray's currency tokens. Oh yeah, man. I got it. It acts as a catalyst for increased arbitrage activity and volume. It uses the same technology as pTDC, leveraging arbitrage bots to capture and circulate fees within the system. Think of UFO as an expansion pack for pTDC, built with similar deflationary principles. It broadens the Gray's footprint on Pulse Chain through liquidity pools paired with high volume tokens. As UFO's liquidity grows, its presence is spread across the Pulse network, boosting transaction volume. UFO basically serves as the pacemaker driving the pTDC ecosystem's pulse. Here are some key things to note about UFO. Because UFO tokens that are in LP positions don't earn reflections, what many users do is LP some and hold the rest liquid. LP any token listed on our DApp, they all share the same results, rewards. I need to fix this section, guys. Fix and flow. I need to fix it to make it flow better. The important points about LP UFO. You guys need to hear this. Only LP from the DApp, or you will forego any rewards. The DApp is built right on top of PulseX, so just use the DApp. LP UFO does not earn reflections. What does that mean for people that are holding UFO? They're going to be earning the reflections that the LP tokens would be earning. LP any token listed on our DApp. Don't LP UFO and pTDC unless you really know what you're doing, because you're going to pay the taxes on both of them going in and coming out. LP UFO earns Pulse. Held UFO earns UFO. Now I do, hold on a second. Hold on, where's my cursor? Oh, I can click on it and it advances. I like that. 1 second. Okay, I also have a 1 million UFO experiment wallet. The initial value of both sides was $6. That was the cost to go into this LP. Actually, I have a million that I'm holding and a million that I'm LPing. And the LP value was $6. The holding value obviously was $3. The reflections APY was 93%. And this is since UFO launch back in May 2024. Reflections APY 93%, LP APY 53%. Total value today $122. Bear with me, guys. I'll change a page. You may have heard about, I need a new slide. I'm going to interject like insert art, so you're not watching this slide while I'm talking about what I'm talking about now. You may have heard of UFO shares. UFO shares represent the amount of UFO you contribute to a liquidity pool. In simple terms, 1 UFO equals 1 share. As the value of RH tickers and UFO increases, the cost to acquire UFO shares increases as well. When you create an LP pair through the DApp, the amount of UFO you add at that time determines your UFO shares. The cost of your shares is the supply of the UFO you contribute plus the value of the other token in the pair. Here's the key point. Your UFO shares remain constant regardless of any impermanent loss. The more UFO shares you hold, the larger your share of the Pulse rewards distributed to LP providers. This makes early participation in LP creation particularly rewarding. 1 second for a note. So your shares remain constant regardless of any impermanent loss. And what that does is it guarantees you to continue to earn Pulse based on your shares. That's a key point. And Shaka, I want you to review this section if you would, if you're listening. I'll get it over to you later. I said we were going to talk about the Dow. Let's talk about it. Make sure we got it. Okay, pTGC Dow. Does anyone not know what a Dow is? You guys can't raise your hand, so I'm going to tell you. Dow is a decentralized autonomous organization. It's an organization governed by smart contracts and decisions made by its members through a transparent and democratic voting process without the need for a central authority. pTDC was the first DAO on the Pulse network. Voting power is determined by the number of tokens staked. All stakers can vote, and the top 100 can submit proposals. The DAO is a key driver of sustainable growth, keeping pTDC agile and responsive to market changes. Think of it like a boat on a lake versus a train to a fixed track. 1 second, guys. So here are some recent DAO proposals over here on the left, and active proposals, and these are succeeded proposals. 19,000 in a pTDC PulseX LP sent to the dead address, burned forever, and then 40,000 to 28,000. Move that, and then you guys are. I appreciate you guys being here. I want your feedback. What sets the Grays currencies apart from other fee-based tokens is their unique combination of DAO governance for DAO for governance, and pTDC has the DAO, obviously, not UFO, staking, locking, and earning while LP'ing in the case of UFO, alongside liquidity webs valued at over $25 million today. The DAO has enabled the community to strategically acquire significant amounts of Pulse, PulseX, Hacks, Inc., and other assets, taking advantage of price opportunities at the bottom of Pulse chain that may never be available again. As the prices of these assets rise, they are contributing to the creation of massive liquidity webs. For example, their combined Pulse pool alone is worth $5 million today. If Pulse were to 100x, the value of that pool would soar to $5 billion. In such a scenario, arbitrage bots would need to move 100 times more value, bringing 100 times more value to holders. I need to confirm that statement and fix this. Okay. You've bought pTDC. You staked it and you locked it. And you even hold some UFO, and you're LP'ing some. and you're LP'ing some of it. Congratulations. You are now earning several streams of income every single day. That's fantastic, but you might be wondering, what can I do with this passive revenue? I'm glad you asked. You have options. What can I do with my yield? If you need instant liquidity, you can sell your earnings at any time. If you're not, and you're not being a schmuck for doing that because you're not going to significantly impact the chart, and we're all here to make a profit anyhow. You could simply let your earnings accumulate and grow your holdings over time and then buy something nice for you and your wife. You can compound your rewards back into your principal, or to maximize earning potential, you can add to your stake and even create new locks. It's totally up to you and your individual investing priorities and desires. Let me see. Redo and smooth. And you have a look at that one. Now we're going to review a list that I have. It's called Bananas Rocket List. I'm going to change the image here. This is what the Grays currencies are to me. And I'm going to totally change this slide here, by the way. They are hyperdeflationary. 11.7% of pTDC and 7.4% of UFO have already been burned. They are so autonomous, we technically don't need users for price appreciation. When Pulse or any RH ticker runs, the Grays run harder. There were only 10,000 pTDC wallets and 6,000 UFO wallets. I need to fix that. And this. 2,300 pTDC wallets hold more than $1,000. 1,200 UFO wallets hold more than $1,000. There are no founder allocations. They are the golden goose of crypto. They're the needle in the haystack. They're the proverbial easy button. Check this out, guys. The Grays currencies versus Shiba Inu. Look at the ratio of liquidity to market cap for each of these. Ours is 10 to 1. Shiba, 1,860 to 1. We'll have hundreds of millions. I'm going to fix that, obviously. In LP, SHIB has 7 million. I need to fix that. The bigger these pools become, the more the system will work. The Grays currencies are like a Lambo revving its engine. We haven't even dropped the clutch. Somebody's making me an image for this, for that one, the Lambo one. I'm excited about it. We are averaging, get this, 30 new wallets per day. These tokens offer several streams of passive revenue. pTDC has over $17 million in mostly burned LP. We have a whale that holds 11.7% of the supply. It's called the dead address. They have a combined $25 million in LP. I think I just repeated myself. Repeat just a second, guys. Let me illustrate to you the power of this machine. Think of it. If no prices changed and we have $10 million in volume every day for 1 year, and the Dow does nothing but buy and burn tokens for a year, we literally have the ability to create $128 million of buy pressure and send those tokens to the dead address. The Dow burning 2%, pTGC burning 0.5%. I need to fix that. Fix that slide. Hold on a second. Fix slide. Make sure I annotate what I need to fix. And that's with UFO burning 1%. The yearly total, is that 100,000? That's daily. Yearly total would be $128 million that this system could potentially burn. Buy pressure sent to the dead wallet. Continuing on, the founder is engaged with the community. He's benevolent, semi-doxed. Every word is backed by value in LP. We are a referral token. They thrive in a volatile environment. Every pulse flipped into pTDC in August has done a 12x or more. They're like cash flowing Miami beachfront property with zero overhead. The supply is continuously reduced with every transaction, whether initiated by a bot, buyer, or seller. They are paired with the most promising tokens on the Pulse network. They're getting the attention of some of the largest players on Pulse chain. Now, I live in a small town near an interstate highway. True story. Occasionally, true story, more, a big rig ends up in the local wrecking yard. If the cargo on board is valuable, but nevertheless destined for the landfill, word spreads and people come to grab free goods. Over time, we've had frozen beef, cherries, and most recently, pistachios. I managed to snag 6 cases of pistachios. 1 second, guys. And this bag here, I'm going to use to represent my Grays currency principle. This is where I should not be sharing my screen. Oh, I think I can just pop that off and put it back. Yeah. This is my pTDC and UFO principle. While the townspeople eat their pistachios, reducing the overall supply, I've chosen to hold on to mine. And as others consume theirs, my portion of the total supply of pistachios becomes larger, more rare, and more valuable, just like my Grays currency. But here's where the Grays currencies are even better than this bag of pistachios. They pay me every single day. As long as I hold them, my position grows relative to the total supply, paying me even more yield. So just like my untouched bag of pistachios, as long as I don't reduce my principal, I can keep eating off the daily yield they provide. I'm going to translate this sound for you. It's ching, ching, ching. I know what you might be thinking. The Gray's currencies have already done the combined thousands of X's. Haven't I missed my chance? Let me read a letter written by one of our community members, Shaka Vibes. If you feel like you've missed your chance, let me reassure you. The Gray's currencies are a rare opportunity where being late to the party might actually work in your favor. These projects stand out not due to hype, but because of their unique mechanics. At their core is a growing liquidity web, innovative tokenomics, and transaction fees that directly benefit holders. Every transaction, even on pairs that are one away from pairs bonded directly to the Gray's currencies, triggers arbitrage, generating fees that are reinvested back into both the holders and the project. As the LP web grows, these mechanisms become more efficient and the system becomes more optimized than when early adopters first joined. pTDC and UFO are already doing hundreds of thousands of dollars in volume every single day. And we've seen $1 million in pTDC volume and $2 million in UFO. Does anyone have any doubt that they will do at least $25 million on at least one day in PulseJ's run? Give me one moment here. Do you guys see a little? Yeah, okay. We're going to go over a little bit of moon math here for pTDC, UFO, and then we're going to talk about some reflections that you could potentially earn. If pTDC continued to move against the Pulse network at a factor of 5, we call that an X factor of 5, and that's generous, that's conservative, and Pulse does a 100x, the potential value of pTDC could be 28 cents or a 500x potential. Oh, I need to renew the image because I need to get that. Okay, hold on a second, because there's a conflicting, or I just changed my text there because it has increased. It's kind of like trying to chase something that is unattainable. It's crypto. It's always moving. UFO, same scenario. If UFO moves up against Pulse at a factor of 5 and Pulse does a 100x, 500, that'll be a 500x for UFO or a 3 cent UFO. Now let's look at some volume, because this is going to demonstrate to you what you could potentially earn in reflections. Reflections only, not counting staking or locking. This is, and it's set at $10 million in volume. Again, we have already seen $1 million in volume. This is a $17,000 dolphin position. Reflections, it would earn $5,000 in a year, and staking, he would earn $8,300 in a year. This is a little hiccupy. Let me just stay on. I might need to, just give me a second, guys. Need to fix this. Fix. At $10 million in volume, he would earn 31% APY, or it's a $17,000 position earning $5,000 in reflections only. And this is what he could earn for reflections, staking, and here's the APY there. I like that better. Now let's look at, did we not do UFO? Yeah, I need to fix this. Hold on a second, guys. This is UFO at $10 million in volume. And annual returns and reflections is going to be 115% APY. $5,000 bag of UFO earning $6,000 in reflections. That's juicy, guys. And if you LP'd it, it would be $3,400. And here's the APY for both of those. LP'd APY does not earn reflections. So what we are seeing is that we are earning This needs to go somewhere. That needs to be moved to staking section. Building such a thing, a presentation on your own is like, good grief, man. It's tough, man. Here are the, I'm actually going to skip that. We're almost done, guys. The Grays currencies, in the Grays, we have 6 public meetings every week. We have one every day except for Friday. Sunday, AMA. Monday, Spaces. Tuesday, voice chat. Wednesday, AMA. Thursday, voice chat. Saturday, Spaces. And love this image. Thank you, Slade, for dropping that in the chat yesterday. I want to read to you a letter from the founder. The Grays currencies serve as performance amplifiers for the Pulse chain network. Imagine the entire liquidity web filled with Pulse, PulseX, Hex, Inc., UFO, and all the top blue chip assets, meme coins, and promising narratives on the blockchain. As new assets prove their worth, they can be added to the ever-growing web, creating a dynamic and expanding ecosystem. Now, applying to Grays currencies mechanics, both projects generate revenue from transaction fees. These fees are funneled back into the ecosystem. Let me take this off, I think. Are funneled back into the I did lose my place. Benefiting holders. With pTDC's capped supply and UFO's innovative design, this revenue is forced to fit into fewer tokens over time, making them hyperdeflationary. This means that the price floor for the Grays currencies is mathematically pushed higher, continually amplified by automatic buy and burn mechanisms, automatic liquidity pool additions, and yield payments to holders, constantly reducing supply on the market. This process is self-sustaining and mutually reinforcing. The Grays currencies are reflexive in nature with their LP pairs. When Pulse, PulseX, Hex, Inc., UFO, and other top assets perform, the Grays currencies benefit from these price movements, realizing the same gains because of their connection to the PulseX LP. This is known as the X multiplier, where the performance of Pulse Chain's core assets drives the value of the Grays currencies. Both projects are designed to deliver fair, stable, and non-inflationary yields to holders, fueled by network activity, not inflation. This makes the Grays currencies a true bet on Pulse Chain. For those who understand what Richard Hart has built, the Grays are an absolute game changer. It's where math, mechanics, and money converge into an unstoppable force. With the Grays currencies, you own some of the best assets on chain, all within these 2 tokens. These tokens generate sustainable liquid yield while constantly driving the price floor higher over time and creating millions of dollars in outside revenue, which is returned to holders. They are complete, transparent, and immutable. Fully audited, renounced, and protocol-owned liquidity ensures their flawless operation and security. These tokens are built for self-custody, giving you control of your assets. Richard Hart once said, there are 2 ways to pump a token to the moon: create deflation and create demand. pTDC and UFO are both deflationary, and the bots are driving the demand. That's it, guys. And we ended at 49. 49. So that took 43 minutes, but I took lots of notes. Thanks for letting me do that, guys. Now, let's answer some questions. I'm going to put this away. Yeah, that really helped. I'm excited that I got so many notes. So after this, I'm going to go in and fix everything. It's going to take me a while, I'm sure. How about this image, guys? Good grief in the morning, man. Okay, look. Somebody pointed this out. Look at this orange line, which I beat. Is that That's got to be hex. Yeah, that's hex. The orange is hex. Look how the the gold, which is pTDC, and the blue, which is UFO. Look at how they respond when hex pumps. Yowzers. Okay. Or when they dump. Now look at this. Now here's a gradual rise in the price of hex right here. Look how these tokens responded. Wow. And then right here, it's just exaggerated, mega exaggeration. Look at this little bump here. And they just went, that's nuts. That gets me so excited, obviously. All right, let's address some stuff in the chat here. And then maybe, I really like this screen thing. Okay, I'm going to remove this and stop sharing that screen. I might show you guys some. We already did the moon math in the presentation. Give me a second. I might get rid of this screen because I might need a screen for you guys' questions. We'll just see. Let's start at the top here. Yeah, bear markets are one thing we can count on. That was funny. Dips. Yep, you got it, man. pTDC is like a beehive. We all work together as a team to strengthen the alien machine. Then the alien machine takes care of us. Takes care of us long-term holders. Good morning, everyone. Off to work I go. Have a good work day, Danny. Go crush it, man. Are the rewards unlocked? Marcus, the rewards are unlocked. So you're asking about if I lock tokens up, well, your yield is going to be liquid. Let's show that. It's one thing I'm not doing in the presentation. I'm really not getting into the DApp. I don't want to bore people to death. Well, let me see what wallet I got here. 1 second. Oh yeah, I do want to show you guys this because this is going to be important. So let's go to the staking, and I want to review UFO, how to LP with that, because that is important. There's some crossover from the presentation to the AMA. I really need to. There's a lot of stuff in the AMA that should be in the AMA. I'm not making sense. Let's share the screen. Share the screen, and I like to share the entire window. All right. So yeah, this down here is the lock section. And like I said, I recommend breaking up your pTDC into multiple locks. If you're going to do 10-year locks, I like a locking ladder. And I got one small bag, and a 90-day lock. And what this guy did here is he did just that. And you can claim, make sure you don't unlock, claim your pTDC. And then you can, and how I do it, guys, is because I have staked pTDC. You're going to pay a modest 1% back to the other stakers when you end your stake. I do the whole thing. I hold pTDC and I stake it and I lock it because I want maximum exposure to this ecosystem. So when I go to recycle, which is usually not more than weekly, because it's really not profitable to do it more than weekly, I start in the locking section, and those tokens, I claim them, confirm in my wallet. Those tokens go to my wallet. And then once I'm done with those, I claim my staking rewards. And here are those staking rewards. They too go to my wallet. And then here's what I've earned in reflections. Those go to your wallet automatically. So when you claim your locking and staking rewards, it's going to add to this number. And that's when I would restake. I would restake all of it. Let me, does that make sense, Marcus? I bet it does. I'm going to get to some other questions here, and then we'll get into the UFO token. PTD and UFO are the only coins you need. Hold for a year and see what happens. True story. What is the LP fee for UFO and pTDC? It would be 5% of your pTDC and 6% of your UFO. So you're going to nuke 11% going into that pool. I can do it. I ain't doing it. Nope. little bit hard to read the text over that image. Yeah, I'm going to fix that, Shaka. Yeah, that was a bad idea. I got that feedback from someone else. I'm going to separate the text from the image. I'm going to do it different. Can't see the black font. Yes, thank you, Dave. I'm going to fix that. Question, does it matter how we swap to pTDC, or should it always be pulse to pTDC? That is a good question. And Chow, you will want to go through one of the largest LP pools, and that's going to be pulse. Pulse probably. That's going to be your safest route. If you got a comment on that, Shaka, or anybody that knows more about that, drop it in the chat for Ann. That's my recommendation. Pulse, it's going to be Pulse, PulseX, maybe Hex, but I don't think you can go wrong with Pulse. Great analogy. Good, good. Oh, with the pistachios? I think that's funny. How can we get to the page to see the league and potential reflection and staking rewards? Thanks. How can we get to the page to see the league and potential reflection and staking rewards? Potential. Oh, I did that. Just a few minutes ago. Okay. Oh, how do you get there? Look into ptdc.com. Look into ptgc.com. It is a paid site. It's $24 a month. But you can literally do you can evaluate your bag. Just take a screenshot of, because we're on here a lot. And you want to know the reflections and staking rewards? Yeah, I'm not going to do that I'm not going to do that right now. But you could figure out your bag based on just go back in the presentation. You'd be like, okay, this whatever bag is a 10x smaller than my bag, and you can do the math on it, if that makes sense. And if you can't figure it out, ask the guys in the Telegram. You're doing great. Thanks, Ariel. Appreciate that. Smash your boy. Hit that like button and share. Thank you, Jonathan. So pTDC pays reflections in pTDC. Yes, that is true. pTDC pays reflections in pTDC. Let's pull up the chart. I think we already hit 13-1. Also, does pTDC pay rewards extra if you provide LP? Well, you would earn LP rewards, but you're going to pay 5% going into that pool. Or did you need to hold it liquid and stake? Yeah, and you wouldn't be earning reflections, and the value of your reflections is growing. Like if you earn 1,000 pTDC today in reflections, who knows what that, at this price, who knows what it's going to be worth 6 months from now. So I want reflections. Hope that answers your question, Brandon. Alien Nut here as well. What about an NFT collection could also be staked? Yeah, I think something is going to be built. I don't know of anything, but I have a strong suspicion that when people start realizing what's happening over here, they're going to get excited. They're going to come with ideas, and they're going to develop on those ideas, build on them. Thanks for providing a place, the yield farm for my EHEX. Well, you have the founder to thank for that. That's cool, man. Ann Shao says, thank you. You are welcome, Ann. Okay, let's look at UFO and how to LP that. And if you guys got any questions, drop them in. We've only been going an hour. Usually these take a little bit longer. And much of that is because I was scripted this time. So when you want to LP or UFO, and how I've done it is I have broken it up. I hold some to earn those juicy reflections, and then I LP some to earn those juicy LP rewards. But I just bear in mind that my LP rewards are in Pulse, and Pulse is not the alpha token here. It's UFO. So, but when you want to LP, go to manage liquidity, and then click on whatever pool you have. Like Marcus says, he needed a place for his EHEX. So he would go to the EHEX manage pool, click there. I do have a little cursor highlighter thing, and it is not visible right now. I paid $6 for it, and it's like dawn. And then you would add liquidity. Very simple. So if you have, let's say you have, well, let's see if I was to LP all of this UFO, I would need 4 million hex, E-hex, right? Because you have to add matching values on both sides. If that makes sense. Okay, so that's where you go, and then you just sign it in your wallet and go on your merry way. And then whenever you want to remove LP, you can do that by clicking here, and you don't need to remove all of your LP. Thanks, Brandon. Appreciate that. And you can remove a portion. And then after you make your LP, you want to see the rewards. They're not going to come in immediately. Sometimes it takes a few hours for the transactions to build up and for the bots to get a good enough deal on gas for that transaction to trigger. But here is where you will see your rewards, and you'll see the total earned from reflections for this wallet, earned in pulse for this wallet, pending to claim. So 1.7 million pulse pending to claim for these different LP positions. And there's a nice claim all reward button down here, and you can click on it, claim your pulse, flip it into UFO or pTDC or whatever you want to do with it. Guys, whatever you want to do with it. How are we doing on volume today? I have not taken my daily reading yet. 500,000 on pTDC and 240,000 on UFO. Okay, I accept. Was there anything? We did the moon math, reflections. You know, Ariel, if you are in here, let's go ahead. I'm kind of itching to do this because here's the thing. The price has been moving up. Let's look at let's do a standard X factor of 5. 100X on pulse. Calculate. What are we at today? 33 cent pTDC, 500X potential. And it would be the same for UFO, 500X potential from wherever we are today, wherever it is today. The more we move up against pulse, let's have a look at that, guys. And then we'll do reflections. The more we move up against pulse, the more explosive we are going to be in the bull run. Yeah, man, it's just nuts. I'm just so glad I'm here. So glad I found this when we did. Let's go back to, where is that? Look into ptdc.com. Let's look at some reflections for Ariel because it's something we always do anyhow. Experimental mode. We're going to use the demo wallet, calculate yields. This is for pTDC. I've always set it to 25 million. I'm going to do 10 million just to make the math easy. That would be a yearly return of 27% in reflections only. And staking would be 165% above that. And then locking is another, the number escapes me. So 27%, reflections only 165% of that, in addition to that for staking. And this is a shark position. We're going to skip right on past that. But he would earn $212,000 in a year. Let's go down to the attainable positions. So a dolphin would, that's a $20,000 bag right now. That's 30 million tokens. He would earn $5 million a year, $5,000 a year in pTDC, or 7.88 million pTDC. And that's reflections only. Multiply that by 165%. So it's going to be like almost 15, I think, $1,000, somewhere between 10 and 15 for staking, and then more than that for locking. Okay, and then a squid is going to be a tenth of that. Let's look at UFO. I don't think I need to change anything up here. 10, yeah, that's cool. So we'll just look at the UFO. Dolphin costs $6,000 right now. A dolphin position at $10 million in volume would earn $5,000 a year in reflections only. And a squid would be a tenth of that. You catching that, Ariel? Okay. Yeah, man, I think, is there anything else I got to cover? I think that's it. And I've got a bunch of notes, honestly, that I need to get into a proper outline for this. And I will do that. I'm just totally focused on this presentation right now because I want to deliver my A game, man. I want to be on my A game for the presentation. You are welcome, Ariel. All right, guys. It has been fun. It has been profitable for me, and I hope it was profitable for you. If you have any lingering questions or you come up with another question later, drop it in the Telegram, or you drop it in the Telegram. Matty Crypto, yeah, moon math is my favorite part of the day. Gets you buzzed, don't it? Get you buzzing. I'm so glad I'm here too, PB. Super happy I got my family and friends involved. Yeah, I got my dad in. I got a couple other friends in. Just crypto. They were already in crypto, but the right time to get family involved is now. Do them a favor and don't wait till it does another 10x. Yeah. Those things are amazing, these Grace currencies. Innovative, cash flowing, whooping the pants off the layer one they're riding on with no end in sight. Yeah, guys. This is going to be a fun ride, this bull cycle, whenever it kicks off. It already has been fun. You got your family and friends in too, Ariel. Good job. Good deal. On to the spaceship. Yeah, you brought them on board to the spaceship. And there are other people. There are people in the community that have been here for a very long time that have been on the phone with big dogs, and they're bringing them in. They're coming, and some of them are waiting for a little dippy do. And I hope they catch it. I don't mind. The Grace currencies eat volatility for dinner. You're welcome, Mike. Go. All right, guys. We'll do this again on Sunday. So if you want to jump in again, I'm just going to do the presentation. It's good practice for me, but it'll be better because I have some more slides. But if you want to jump in Sunday, 3 p.m., 2 p.m. Pacific, and if you have somebody that you've onboarded that you think would be benefited by this, well, I send them over. Have a great day, guys, and a great week. Thanks so much.